Are you ready? The show's about to start. Everything NBL1 West, fixtures, results, and updates is right here. Fast Break Radio, sponsored by Buckets Basketball, Base Compression, and Hoop with them.
Hello and welcome to Fast Break Radio. This week, talking round 4 and round 5 coming up. Jake Singleton with you, and I got some great guests on the show this week. And before we get into them, I got to shout out to my sponsors, Base Compression. As you know, Base Compression do some of the best compression products out there, and also my sponsor for Player of the Week, and then also Buckets Basketball and Hoop with them. So thank you to my sponsors, and check them out. And as I said, every week, download the NBL1 app. You can see all the news, all the games, all the videos, all the standings, and stats also. But let's get into the women's division as we always do first. And joining me from the Joondalup Wolves, she had a great start to her NBL1 West career. It's Kim Pierre-Louis. Kim, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much, Jake. I appreciate being here.
No worries. And Kim, you come all the way from Canada, and what are you loving about Perth? I guess it's maybe not as cold, a lot different to Canada, but what are you enjoying about Perth so far?
Honestly, I think the biggest thing is the people. The people have been super nice and welcoming. Honestly, it's just been a dream for me, like, to come into this environment and immediately be welcomed and helped out in different ways. So that's probably the biggest thing. Like, you always got to watch out and make sure that you're in a good environment. So the people for sure. And I think for sure that, like, the beaches. First, I came out in the season launch night. I wasn't really aware of the beaches are out here. I came from Bali, so I was like, yeah, the beaches are pretty nice here. But coming here, it's definitely a different level. So, yeah, definitely enjoying the scenery, the beaches, the weather. Like, it's really nice.
Yeah, and that's what we get every time someone new comes to Perth or Western Australia. Our beaches are, one of the best in the world. And even people that come from, Sydney and Melbourne, they got the big cities and everything, but we've got the beaches and some great scenery as well. But Kim, you're with the Joondalup Wolves, and the Wolves are known to be a very successful club. They have been, for a very long time. And I guess, this team, a bit of a rocky start, I guess, in some games. You've been there and you can beat some teams, but you had a big win against the East Perth Eagles, and who were undefeated, and you guys really competed with them. We can talk more about it, but how happy were you to get your first win as well with the Wolves this year?
Yeah, honestly, I was pretty elated to get our first win on Friday. Definitely felt like the monkeys off our back. We've been starving for that for sure. But it's been like kind of like a slow rise for us because I came in first round, and we really didn't really have all of our pieces set in motion, didn't have much practice with each other, where we were really like settling into, new players, new coach, new everything. So honestly, it would have been great to get some of those first wins against Lakeside and Perry Lakes, but we definitely needed to. It's better to struggle now than struggle later, I would say, for sure. So yeah, so really thankful that we were able to show what we got against East Perth, and yeah, hopefully we just keep rising and getting better. We're definitely figuring ourselves out and figuring out what's working for us. So yeah, it's looking great.
Yeah, well, that was a massive win against East Perth. As everyone knows, they are such a tough team. Stacey Barr was great against you guys, especially in that first half, and then you guys kept her to 5 points in the second half. And I know you're very new to the league, and you might not know the history of Stacey Barr. She's a former MVP of the league, and she formerly used to play for the Warwick Senators. She's played at the top level here in Australia. She played college. She's a talented player, as you would have seen, but that's a big feat to keep her to 5 points after a huge first half. I guess that would have been, maybe the scout for you guys. Stacey would have been huge, and someone you needed to look out for in this game.
Yeah, Stacey was definitely on the top of our scout, along with Malone and Mortensen. Unfortunately, she got injured, but yeah, she was definitely somebody we were watching out for as well. Barr, yeah, she came out really hot. Like, it was we had a hard time trying to stop her. she's really good at slashing and getting into the lane, like
Hmm.
wheeling and dealing, and so we definitely had to like step it up, kind of like have like more of like a pack mentality and guarding her as five people instead of just like one or two.
Yeah.
And that was definitely the secret to like our success in the second half against her, keeping her
Mm.
only to 5 points. So yeah, like shout
Yeah.
out to us for like locking in and like, working together to get her to slow
Mm.
down.
Yeah, and I know as a team, it's a really team effort to play on Stacey and try and stop her. But one of your young players, Ty Boland, she went out there and kind of took it personally, I guess, in a way. I don't know,
Yeah,
but she did a really good job of trying to stop
yeah, yeah.
Stacey.
Big shout out to Ty. Ty, she's like our big athletic guard. Probably
Hmm.
like one of the best like young talents that we got going. With her, it's like you never know. Like so, like some games, like she could really explode and like give you buckets and like get big stops. So she's kind
Mm.
of like our little secret. So yeah, big shout out to Ty, and so grateful that she was able to like be there to stop
Mm.
Stacy.
Yeah, and also as you mentioned, you had to wait for A Johnson, as you know, we call her AJ, and you guys around will know her as AJ. Super exciting. She's like a small guard. She's a
Yeah,
small player, and she's like maybe has the most energy I've seen, especially in the women's division in a few years. And she's flexing. She's doing everything. She's working
yeah.
hard. Yeah, what do you like about playing? I know you've only played, I think it's like 2 games with AJ, but what do you like about teaming up with AJ so far?
Yeah, me and AJ on the court and even off the court, we've had like a pretty good instant connection. It's
Mm,
just like really cool to see somebody who is so light, with the game and like, they really play at their own pace and she's so talented and she's so good
mm,
with the ball and can really score almost at will. So me just kind of like playing off of her and being able to help her in different ways, like when like just getting down to court with her, whether it's a fast break, I'm just running with her, or like she's giving it to me in a fast in a fast break, or
mhm,
it's cool to be able to have a teammate that you can just trust so well and work
mm,
well with. So
mm,
honestly, it's been great. Like I'm definitely here. I'm here for AJ. Like I'm happy that she's here, and she's like we
mm.
felt her impact, and you guys seen the impact that she has brought to the team instantaneously. So yeah,
Mm, yeah, yeah. Well, I spoke to her after the game with Coach Mitch, which I'll pop in later on. Yeah, she's just, I guess, a really nice person off the court as well. So that's
yeah,
something I
yeah,
think a lot of coaches, teammates, they love, when we bring or when, they bring in imports. And I know as well with you, I've met you, I was annoying you and just because I know Taylor as well, Bestry. I've coached her previously with the East Perth Eagles. She's a good friend and she introduced me to you guys, and you guys are all chill and really cool people. And then also like Yamaya Morris, she's played with the Perth Lynx, which is our WNBL team, at our highest level here in Australia. And she's a huge presence inside, literally 11. She's averaging 11 points, 9 rebounds a game, and she'd definitely help you out on the defensive end.
yeah, absolutely. Maya, she's a tower, so
Mm,
when you have somebody like that who can block shots, alter shots, it's gonna help you tremendously. And the rebounding, it's such a staple for us. It's something that we
mm,
rely on tremendously.
mm.
And then also on offense, it's like the easiest like little bailout. You don't know what to do, just give it to your Maya in the post. It's a
Yeah.
guaranteed bucket. So yeah, they're really thankful to have like such amazing pieces. I'm coming from playing in like different leagues where like I'm like primarily like playing like 40 minutes and like I'm playing positions like
Yep.
sometimes it feels like 2 to 5. I'm mostly like the five, so to be here and like play more of like a 3-4 situation and have that help, like it's like definitely helped me free up my game a lot more, and it's just like
Mm,
yeah, it's taken a lot of like pressure off of my back, and yeah, I really
mm.
appreciate that. It's making it a lot more fun for me for sure.
Yeah, and I don't know how it is in the women's league in Indonesia because I know you played there. You've represented Indonesia, which we can talk about quickly in a minute. Which is huge. I guess like one of my biggest dreams was to represent a country. I didn't matter what it was. Yeah, so I think it's a high honor to do that, which is amazing. But yeah, how is it having, especially other American, oh, sorry, not American, Canadian, sorry, but having, AJ who's American, Yamaya who's American also. I guess, being that connection close to home, does it help having players like that? Normally I ask that question to Americans, but you being Canadian, I guess it is a little bit different. But still, you guys are pretty close to each other in the world. So yeah, is it cool to have them on the court as well with you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, AJ and Yamaya, they're both American. Like we're Canadian, but we like share like some similar
Mm,
experiences and just similar cultures and stuff. And like we kind of
mm,
understand like different jokes and like sayings. So it's
mm,
cool to have that. And we've been trying to like link up more off the court and get
mm,
together and like we just have like a lot of like the same like interests. So yeah, it's been
mm.
cool to have them on the
Yeah.
team and work with them for sure.
Mm. Yeah, well, you went to University of Massachusetts, played basketball there for a few years,
Mhm.
and you played all around the world. But I guess, the big thing is you playing in Indonesia, and you mentioned Bali, which is, I guess, our Hawaii in a way, to where you come from, and maybe a lot of people go to Fiji. We go to Bali, for holiday, and you've been in Indonesia for a while. Talk to me about you getting the chance to represent Indonesia. I guess you would have maybe a citizenship or something to represent them. But yeah, talk about that process of representing Indonesia.
Yeah, so it was probably like 6 years ago now.
Mm,
Um, I was just coming off of playing 3 years in Germany, and I was kind of like, all right, like I'm ready for something new. And I
mm,
had this wild, crazy offer from Team Indonesia to come and join them.
mm,
And I kind of took like the whole summer to consider it. I prayed on it, and I was just like, you know what, like I'm gonna go. I'm gonna decide to do it, and ended
mm,
up going and just loving it. Like it was just instantly like people like really like took to me. Like I was able to come into the program and just have like a good experience. Like we were very well taken care of, and honestly, like the
mm,
people in Indonesia are so nice, so welcoming, so respectful. So it's honestly been a great environment for me.
mm,
Um, yeah, and like since then, I've been able to play in like pretty high level competitions. Get my name out there. With Team Indonesia, we've gone to the Asia Cup. We played in the
mm,
Asian Games. Like we played in the Southeast Asian Games, and we've won some championships in the Southeast Asian in the Southeast Asian Games. We won a 5-on-5 championship and also got a 3-on-3 championship and ended
mm,
up winning the Asia Cup for 3-on-3 one year. So honestly, yeah, I've loved the experience. It's been amazing. It's been such a blessing in my life, and yeah, I've been able to help Team Indonesia, achieve new heights and like make history with them. So honestly,
mm,
like probably best decision I made in my career.
mm. And yeah, like you said, yeah, Indonesia as well, beautiful country, or beautiful people as well. As we said, we go to Bali a lot, and we understand, their culture and everything. And yeah, it's huge that you had the chance to represent them. And yeah, I was going to mention you also played 3-on-3 with them, and that's the big new thing, I guess, in basketball is the 3-on-3. Um, what do you like about playing 3-on-3? I guess a lot of people it is different because you got less people on the court, not a 5-on-5 situation, a lot more ISO in a way, one-on-one. You can really test your ability. But yeah, what do you like about playing the 3-on-3 game?
With 3-on-3, it's more like how I grew up playing basketball.
Yeah.
Like when I started playing basketball, it was really like outside with my brothers, with my cousins, my friends, just on the streets. We're playing 3-on-3, we're playing 2-on-2, we're playing
Mm,
21, and it's kind of like we'll play up to like 21, and like it'll be
mm,
ones and twos, and it's like make it take it. So yeah, that was like kind of like how I grew up playing, and so I really naturally took to it. I love that you're able to have more space. I love that there's no double teams really. Like if they double team, it's like an easy read. You
yeah.
know, not too much running up and down. Like yeah, I, I love it. Like I think it's a great addition to basketball, and I love. I'm not surprised that it's growing because it's honestly so much fun.
Mm. And quickly before we get into the games that we had in round four, um, has Australia always been somewhere you thought of playing? As you said, you played in Germany, you played in Indonesia,
Yeah.
played around the world. Has Australia maybe been on your list? And yeah, it must be great for you to get here because we are definitely a country that loves our basketball. We love sport in general, and we've got some competitive teams now in the women's and men's. And you would have seen a lot of LG guys in the NBA, I guess. But yeah, how happy are you to just be playing basketball in Australia?
Honestly, I've ever since I got my Indonesian passport,
Hmm.
Australia's been on my mind. So like, cause I am considered a local playing in the Australian league because of my Indonesian
Correct. Yeah.
passport.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I'm like, yeah, like this, it just makes sense. And shout out to Andrew. He's actually had me on his radar for a long time, and
Hmm.
we haven't been able to get it done, get me signed over here. But I had some other coaches like message me, but we were never able to like find a good timing too because how early the league starts like when it comes to like other professional leagues ending. So timing hasn't always worked out, but fortunately this time it worked out and like yeah, Andrew like took advantage of the opportunity and like yeah, we got it done.
Mm. Yeah, well, I was really intrigued when you were signed, especially playing for Indonesia. I've looked into your background, especially with commentating. I like to look into people's backgrounds and just for my commentating. So, yeah, someone I've been really exciting. And you came out first game, I think 32 points, and amazing game, and really stood out to the league. And yeah, so you've had a good start to your season, which we love, especially when you're coming over here. And has it been kind of hard for you to adapt, I guess? But as you were saying, you've traveled the world, you've, lived in Indonesia for, as you said, I'd say around 6 years or so. But yeah, has it been kind of hard to adapt, I guess, maybe to the refereeing style or, yeah, talk to us, I guess, about how it's been on court for you.
The refereeing style, yeah, it's been a little bit of an adjustment, but honestly, I've seen way worse. So like, I
Okay.
can't even like, I can't even front, I can't even say anything really. So it's
Mm,
not too bad. I think like the biggest adjustment has just been like my position. Like usually I'm more of like a five, like a 4 or 5.
yeah.
Like Team Indonesia, and other my other clubs overseas. Like that's usually typically what I play, but now I'm like playing more outside, playing more like the 4 role with Yamaya. So it's cool to be able to. That's like kind of like been like kind of like the biggest adjustment for me, really. But honestly, it's
Mm,
it's all blessings. Like it's all good things. Like I've always wanted to be able to step out of the post and like be a little bit more dynamic in my play.
mm,
So finally getting that opportunity and yeah, Mitch is trusting me and putting me in good positions. So yeah.
mm. Yeah, well, you're definitely a great fit with the Wolves, and we can talk about your great win and first win of the season in a second, but we'll go to the first game of the round, and that was Warwick Senators getting a win against the Perth Redbacks. Warwick are a team you'll face next week, as it'll be a battle for Joondalup. It's a big um, derby, as we call it over here. It's like, two
Yeah.
enemies going at each other. Yeah, so you would have heard about it. You'll hear about it going to training this week. So we can talk about that also when we go through round five. But a big win for for the Senators. No Annalie Maley. You would have seen Annalie last week. 65 points, 17 rebounds. Um, yeah, what can you say? I guess you don't know Annalie personally. I don't know if you do. I don't know if you've seen Annalie before, but yeah, she's represented Australia. She's played 3-on-3 as well. Maybe you might have seen her
Yeah.
there, but yeah,
Yeah. Me and
65
Anna
points.
Me
Yeah.
and Anley have actually met before.
Mm,
We played against each other in the Asia Cup. We played
yeah.
against Australia. They ended up beating us. I think this was a semifinal. But yeah, Anley
Mm,
played pretty good throughout the whole tournament. But this was like 3 years ago.
yeah.
So
Mm,
pretty shocking to see like her like come out and explode with 65 points. So she's gotten a lot better since then.
mm,
And yeah, like I saw her actually. She came to our game, so she came to our game, and I was able to talk to her a little bit, and she's
mm.
not here. She's going to New York, so
Yeah.
no Andy this week. So it's good for us.
Yeah, New York. Yeah, she's gone to New York Liberty with
Yeah,
a training camp. We've actually had a few other players, I guess, around Australia also get a training camp kind of offer, and that's huge. And even the WNBA is growing so much, even in the last couple of years. With I've coached women's basketball. I love women's basketball, and for the men that love the men's basketball side, I love women's basketball. It's actually sometimes my favorite. I actually love coming to watch the women's. I genuinely love coming to watch the women's more than the men's. And I actually am more focused when I'm watching the women's game for some reason. But yeah, like I guess for you as well, there's a lot of young kids at Joondalup that love watching you guys play. Um, and there's so much talent coming up for women's basketball. So it's just on such a high, and the WNBA is doing great. WNBL is doing great, and our NBL1 women's as well. But yeah, Perth Redbacks. Yeah, without Annalie, as we said, but Sam Ashby, who's been playing in Germany, she's represented Great Britain. 31 points, 5 rebounds for her. Shanae Hartree as well, 12 points, 9 rebounds. And I saw that Tim Rendulic, their head coach, was talking that this is going to be a great challenge without Annalie, but going down by 18. But Warwick are a great side, for you as well, Kim. You might not know they've got 5 players. Their full starters are in the WNBL, so our highest level. It's the same as like Chloe Forster. She had 21 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists. Jada Clark as well, 15 points, 8 rebounds. Kiara Waite with a double-double, 10 and 11. And then Mackenzie Clinch-Hoyka nearly a double-double, 10 and 9. So that's going to be a really good challenge next week for your girls as well, which yeah, we'll definitely talk about in a sec. But got to move on to your girls. 77-72 against a tough East Perth Eagles team. You know what? And at the start of the commentary, if you watched, we both went against the Wolves. We said, yeah, the Eagles have this one. And yeah, which I guess would have pissed you off afterwards.
No,
But
honestly, yeah, it's fine. Like I get it.
yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, but definitely you girls deserved it. But yeah, what a tough competition. AJ with 25 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals. Yourself, Kim, 24 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. Maya Morris with a double-double, 11 and 11. And yeah, like 7 points from Awatia Leach as well. And for East Perth Eagles, they had Sarah Mortensen in, and I don't know if Sarah was tired or coming into a new team. This wasn't the Sarah Mortensen that we're used to, but she still showed out with the 6 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. Stacey Barr, like I said, I think it was 23 at half. She had 17 in the first quarter, and then you guys kept it at 5 the second half. 28 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists, and 2 steals. And then Jade Williams as well, 17.6 rebounds. Brooke Malone with 10 points, 8 rebounds. As you said, Fijo as well. She's actually had an injury. She's actually done an ACL before, I've heard, and they're not sure if she's redone it or what's wrong. So I don't know if it looks good, but it's a tough loss for the East Perth Eagles. But still, they had Sarah Mortensen come in, and they've still got an amazing team. You take out her, but you even input Sarah Mortensen. They've got a crazy team. I think you mentioned how happy you were to get that win, but that was a huge win, and to do it in front of the home crowd, which you've played a couple times now in front of Joondalup. And when you go to other stadiums, you don't get that atmosphere. It's a different feeling. You would have been to Lakeside. You don't get that Joondalup atmosphere. You don't have the crowd. It's a big a big court you guys are playing on. It's really spread out. How did you guys feel to get this win at home, and especially being the first one, and a great test against East Perth?
Yeah, we felt really good, like really amazing. That we leveled up for sure. Like, it's been a little bit of a struggle. We've had a lot of gut checks, So Mitch has really been getting at us about like, deciding who we are really, who we want to be as a team, and how we're gonna show up for each other. And
Mhm.
yeah, on Friday, like we definitely were able to show up better for each other. Giving each other high fives, more energy, more huddles, picking each other off the floor, and one thing leads to another. Like so, we were able to get stops. We were able to get with more energy. Then we're able to get fast breaks, and we're able to get more confidence, see each other more. So yeah, we just been like working on also like fixing our offense and seeing what looks work and like who we want to go for, who we want to see. And yeah, honestly, it's been like we're getting better. We're not there yet, but we're getting there.
Mm. Yeah, and like I said, you got to give it up to you guys disrupting Stacey in that second half. She really struggled, and like we said, Ty Boland did a great job on her. But as a collective, I think you also did a great job. So yeah, great first win, and that's like a mega like really really good first win. So hopefully you girls are really happy, and it'll give you confidence coming into this week because I think you guys have the pieces. I was speaking to Mitch after the game, and I said to Mitch, I said, Mitch, I'm surprised you guys haven't won a game, before this because you guys have the pieces, and you're looking good. So yeah, and you would also agree you've been here since the start of the season, and I think that tough loss against Lakeside was I definitely went for you guys in that game, but yeah, Lakeside, they've been pretty good to start their season, even though they haven't contributed to wins, I guess, as well. But yeah, I think this is going to be a huge confidence booster for you guys, and especially you being on the court. I'm not. Do you think this is going to give you guys a boost going into next week against Warwick?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. We're going to give it our all against Warwick. Hearing that, this is like kind of like a derby type situation, that gives us even more motivation. Like we run Joondalup, like it's not the other way around.
Yeah.
And I've already been seeing a little bit of how it is here. I was at church this morning, and people were talking about it already. Like, oh, like
wow,
you're the Joondalup girls. We're from Warwick. Like, we'll see you. Like, so
oh,
it's already
really?
already starting to heat up even at church. So yeah, like it's definitely giving me extra motivation. Like we're gonna get it. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's good. That's really good. That's interesting seeing it at church, but yeah. And like I was saying before, I did speak to AJ and Mitch, head coach, after the game, which I'll pop that in for you guys to listen to.
Mitch and AJ, what a win tonight. First win for the season, and especially in front of the home crowd, sorry. And AJ, start with you. Like, what a game for you. What a big night. And as I said before, you're looking comfortable out there, really doing well at that point position. And, yeah, talk about how you feel about this win tonight.
It feels good, man. Obviously, I came in last week. We didn't get the L. I mean, we didn't get the W, but it was a turning point. I feel like we showed spurts of the team that we could be, and we went through that throughout this week in practice, and we got it down packed. And just to come out tonight and just get this W means a lot. Like, it means so much to us, and hopefully it gives us a little bit more energy to keep on going and get on the streak. So we're hoping for that, man.
And you got hyped up with the crowd. And, the crowd is really exciting here at Joondalup, and they do a great job of getting the fans in and the game night experience. What do you love about the Joondalup fans so far in your first two games?
They're super supportive. This is a great fan base. They're in it as much as I am, and that means a lot. They're in it as much as my teammates is, and that means a lot. Just having them out there and just hearing them that they're on our side means so much. And it makes it shake, like it makes the floor shake. It makes us give a little bit more energy inside of us just to get that next stop, just to get that next rebound. Like, it means so much, so I really do appreciate it.
And Mitch, I know we've mentioned AJ, but for my people, for people watching, for me, what do you love about having AJ on the team? And I know she's right here, so I understand if you want to say.
Oh yeah, let me break this. So no, look. AJ was a really big piece for us to pull over, and it's along the base that everything we're doing was about building a culture and a long-term thing that we really were proud of and something that we want juniors to see and breathe. And giving AJ the opportunity to come over here is the extra side to it, because she's been wanting to come play in this level and play in Australia. But the good thing with her is that it's 100% energy, it's 100% commitment. She cares about everybody she's involved in, and that's the biggest thing, right? If you step out on that floor, you're getting 40 minutes of 100% from her. And so I think when we're trying to build a program and trying to build towards something in the future, having somebody like AJ that really brings everything we're about in terms of identity and how we represent ourselves, win, loss, draw, whatever, it's really good for the group to see. And I think you're seeing the fruits of it when somebody like Ty is playing 33 minutes the way she is, bouncing off somebody like AJ, and the level that AJ's brought for her for 2 weeks now is phenomenal.
And as well, just quickly, first win of the season. I guess it's up from here, hopefully. But what are you going to take out of this game, and hopefully for the next few games?
Yeah, look, I mean, the big thing for us was playing 40 minutes tonight. That was the big thing. Win or loss, we needed to show that we knew we could do this for 40 minutes. Bonus is that we've just played a really good team and know we can do it for 40 minutes and win. So it's been really good for us to be in a position where we now know it, we trust it, we're with each other, we can get through it and play that whole 40 minutes and ride some waves. On the extra side to that, it's nice to know that we've still got work to do. And to me, I say that, you might not agree. But to me, it's nice to know that we've got a lot of work to go, but we can push out a performance like that against a really good team, right? Like Stacey Barr's no cheap one. Brooke Malone's been playing well. Sarah Mortensen coming in is a scary piece for anybody coming up against her. So the fact that we played it against them, looked after it the way we needed to, and just got the job done really stands for where we're moving. And we know that, and we've got a long way to go. And that's what I said to him. That's why at practices, the winning team, they're the ones that run, because we've got a long season ahead of us, and we need to know that once you win once doesn't mean you're done. We've got to go, and we've got to go. So they've bought into everything we're doing. You can see it defensively. We want to be one of the best teams in the league, and we showed it tonight.
AJ, Mitch, really appreciate your time, and go and enjoy that one, all right?
Let's go,
Thank
man.
you.
Thank you, man.
As we mentioned, a very, very big win. So congratulations to your girls on that one. And then we'll move to Lakeside Lightning and the Coburn Cougars. Coburn, as you saw them, I think it was last week, they're the reigning champions. And you girls really competed with them. You were down, I think, by 20 in the first quarter. You came back, and I think we're down by 2 or 4 points. It was really close. So as well, that shows that you guys have what it takes. Ella Thornton-Elliott had some big threes in that game. Georgia Smith had a couple of big threes as well. So as well, another team. But they get the win 97-85 against Lakeside. And Esmeralda Morales, she's had a really big weekend. 32.7 rebounds, 5 assists. Regan Turner-McCarty, 15 and 6 for her. Molly Wilson as well, adding the 12 points for her. Coburn, Chibatoni, 25 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. She should be going to Adelaide pretty soon. She's moving over there life-wise. So she's been great for our league in Perth and a long time great in our league and also the WNBL with the Lynx. So it's sad to see her go, but still doing her thing with Cougars. Jessie Edwards, 22 points, 12 rebounds. J.S. Kafidi as well, 16 and 6. And Elira Fotu as well with 12 and 10. And then as well, the Eastern Suns. Finally, they can get this one against the Southwest Slammers. And Gabby Bronson, what a great game for her. 27 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals. Alyssa Bowen, definitely a game she wanted, 21 points, 6 rebounds. And Ella Averill as well, former East Perth Eagle, former Williston Tiger, 18 points and 11 rebounds for her. And then for the Slammers, it was Bri Bailey, 27 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. Their import as well, Marshawn Bostic, 25 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, and 5 steals. Definitely another player to look out for. And Lacey Remeka as well with 8 points, 8 rebounds. So both teams really needed that win, but Eastern Suns getting it done. And then on Saturday, I went to this one, Williston Tigers taking on the Mandurah Magic, 69-62 win for the Tigers. And Ruby Porter, 21 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, 6 steals. And then Calvert, their import, 14 and 8. Emma Gandini, 11 points, 10 rebounds. It was also Emma's birthday as well, so happy birthday to Emma. I actually spoke to her after the game in this one. And Mandurah, Claire Jacobs, 19.6 rebounds, 7 assists. Jade Gowland, 14 and 4. And Sean Hayward as well, 10 points. And like I said, I will pop in that interview with Emma Gandini now.
Emma Gandini, what a huge win for your girls, and especially on your birthday as well. So happy birthday!
Yeah, thank you very much.
I wanted to, ask you about, being back at Willow. You've been at Rocco, you've been in the UK, you've been at Warwick as well. So how's it to be back at Willow?
Yeah, honestly, I think it was the best place for me. It's been a great situation to come back to. Super supportive coaching staff, and the team is been amazing. Great bunch of girls, so yeah, really happy to be back.
And especially against Mandurah, I guess they're a really tough team to play. I guess they didn't have their full team, their full squad, but still gave you guys a really good game. How are you feeling after that win, especially? Yeah,
good. I know Mandurah are always tough. They're always super physical, always know how to push us to our limit. So I think it was pretty messy for us in the second half. I think the first half was maybe a little bit better, but I'll have to watch the game back to get a full review. But I thought we did well as a team to dig deep and get that win in the end.
And having like Sue Williams at the helm as well, as you know, like a legend of the league, played for like the Wolves and played for Willow. How's that to have her as your head coach now?
Yeah, honestly, it's amazing. Like, she's just an amazing person, an amazing coach. I think the first chat I had with Sue, I just got great vibes, and like she's just such a good person. So yeah, loving her as a coach this year.
And I guess you're a huge part of the leadership group. So I guess you have in the past few years as well, at other clubs and here. But kind of what's your role, I guess, in this squad?
I guess, being voted in captain was probably the first time really I had been voted in by the team as captain. Previously, I think I'd been in the leadership group, but not necessarily voted in as a team. So I guess I was super grateful that the team chose me as the captain. And I think my role is more so like mentoring the younger girls, leading by example, I guess, on the court, giving the girls advice. I was in their footsteps, when I was like 17, 18, not playing, sitting on the bench. So just letting them know what they can do to get to that next level or bring what the team needs.
Well, Emma, happy birthday.
Thank you.
And I guess tip it off a great win as well.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So, Emma, happy birthday again. It was great, and she was definitely happy with that win, especially, always a great win on your birthday as well. So we all love that. And then as well, Saturday, Prairie Lakes Hawks taking on the Lakeside Lightning, and Hawks just going down 90-95 against Lakeside. So a big win for Lakeside. But I don't think, rarely do I ever give a player of the week for someone that loses. But I have to give my player of the week to Bridget Redstadt. 34 points, 32 rebounds. That was huge for her. 34 and 32. That's crazy. 3 assists, 2 steals. Emily Beggs as well with 11 points, 10 rebounds. And then Emma Clark as well off the bench with 11. So I'm gonna give that as my player of the week. I usually don't give someone who loses a player of the week. But you saw Bridget, I think it was round 2. I think you guys played them at Perry Lakes. I guess someone that's come up from, the Big V in Melbourne, and she's definitely shown that she can definitely play in our league over here. And then Esmeralda Morales, 41 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists. Regan Turner-McCarty, 22 and 13 as well. And Sarah Allen as well, 7 points. So, some big wins there for Lakeside, and they definitely needed that one. And Coburn and Perth Redbacks, they actually didn't get to play. They got there, everything was good, they were warming up, and the scoreboard wouldn't work. So, so imagine getting to Joondalup with all everything you guys go through, all of the setting up, and the scoreboards don't work. So that'd be annoying. I think as a player, you'd be pretty annoyed. You're ready for a game, you're pumped up and ready, and then you can't play.
That'd be did everyone get their money back? Like,
yes, I did. I did see that anyone that bought a ticket will get their money back, and they'll be rescheduling that game. So we didn't get that one on Saturday. And then also it was the Goldfields Giants taking on the Rockingham Flames in Kalgoorlie, and it was 104-84. Someone who I've really been looking at is Sierra Moore. Their import at the Goldfields, 25 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists. They also had, I think this was Delaney Burns' first game. She's also an import. It was. So 20 points, 14 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 steals. So definitely some good help. Chloe Zortzi as well, 12 points, 3 rebounds off the bench. And for the Rockingham Flames, Tej Morel, 24 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists. Steph Berberabe, I think as well, her first points. No, sorry. This is her second game, my bad. I think she played last round. Former Joondalup Wolf as well. She played for Joondalup last year, 22 and 7 and 5 assists. And as well, another debut, I guess, Sarah Puckett, who's an new import, and was signed this week. So she was in. And Amy Atwell, just a 10.6 rebounds, 3 assists from her, but a very big win for the Rockingham Flames. But we've got a few WNBL players as you're playing with the Amaya Morris. What's that like to play against players that are at the next level and playing in the WNBL? And as well in the WNBL, we get a lot of WNBA players that have come down and played in the off season. But do you like that test of seeing some of Australia's best and playing against them in our league?
Yeah, absolutely.
To play against some of these NBL talent, yeah, you must enjoy kind of that challenge.
Absolutely 100%. Like for me, like it's a good test of my skill set, and it's really cool to see where you measure up.
Mm,
I've played against some pretty talented girls in my career, playing in playing in Asian games, playing against like Team China, Team Japan.
yeah,
I even played against Team Australia in the 3-on-3. So
yeah,
it's cool to see it's cool to see at this level and like see it more consistently. And like on the court, it's just like a matter of like being even more consistent, being even more locked in,
mm,
and like really kind of picking your spots and like really knowing how to defend and like staying on the ball. So yeah, it feels
yeah.
good when you're able to get those stops and when you're able to get those scores. It's like all right, like I'm here, I belong.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. And that's cool. Like you said, you've played against them all in international. So that's I guess something for you to go through. And we didn't have any games on Sunday, as I know Sunday we had the Geraldton men's going to Mandurah. But yeah, the Geraldton women definitely had the day off. But yeah, a big round four. And we'll go straight into round five that's coming up this weekend. Some big games. I'll give my tips as every week I do. With you, Kim, you're pretty new to the league, so if you want to just piggyback, or if you don't know much about the teams, that's okay, because you'll learn about these teams as the season goes on. But first off, on Friday night, 6:20 p.m., the Willetton Tigers taking on the Southwest Slammers, and we know Southwest. They did have a win at the start of the season. They're sitting in 12th position, very young team, but I think the Willetton Tigers are going to be too strong for them at Willetton on Friday. So yeah, Kim, I don't know if you've seen both of these teams.
No, I haven't, not
No,
yet.
that's fine. That's fine. But I think the Willetton Tigers will definitely have a win in this one. They're still missing a couple pieces, so to come in as well. So and they're still pretty good. And then also there's like another derby as well, which is happening in the south, and that's the Rockingham Flames and the Madra Magic. They have a rivalry as well, as you guys will have with Warwick. This is going to be a really good one. I think Rocco will get it. Mandra have outs. Michaela Pivic just got here. She is one of the newest signings for Mandra. She didn't play last night, so don't know if there's an injury issue or anything. I didn't get the chance to ask, but I know there are a few issues with injuries going around. So I think the Flames will get this one. I don't think you've seen either of these teams.
No, not yet.
No, not yet, but you'll definitely see them. Two teams that are really competitive. And yeah, definitely two teams to circle for your games coming up. And then also on Friday, the Lakeside Lightning taking on the Eastern Suns. I'm going to go for Lakeside Lightning. Esmeralda Morales, I think she had about 50, 60 points this round. If she can keep that coming, yeah, definitely it could be a big win. The Suns are a young team. They had their first win on the weekend as well. So I think, yeah, definitely a lot. Like this is going to be a great game, but I think Lakeside will get the win. And I don't know if Esmeralda Morales played against you in the first round. Don't she's
Yeah,
very
actually, we
important.
played against each other,
She
so
did.
we did see her.
Yeah.
In our first, during our first encounter, we were able to keep her pretty low points wise, but
Mm,
yeah, it was honestly Lakeside shooting that got us. So I mean, I think if
yeah.
the team is able to kind of stop Esmeralda and also keep their shooting to a minimum, then they have a
Mm,
pretty good chance. But
yeah.
yeah,
And
we'll
they
see.
got a couple of good bigs as well. Sam Lupke in there. So yeah, they're I think they'll get this win, especially it's at Lakeside as well. But yeah, Suns might surprise me. We'll see. And then Saturday, the Suns as well have to take on the Willetton Tigers. Yeah, I gotta go Willetton. I'm gonna go for Willetton in this one. Rail and Sports Centre, double header for both teams, which is always tough. But I think Willetton will get this one. for round 5 on Saturday. And then we can quickly talk about your game, the battle for Joondalup, the Warwick Senators and the Joondalup Wolves. They've got a really good team. This is going to be a great test for your girls. Yeah, I guess you haven't seen Warwick, but I guess this week you'll have a look and go through scout, go through what you girls have to do. But I guess right now, coming off of that win, what have you girls kind of got to do to get a win and hopefully beat this Warwick side?
Um, yeah, we haven't gone through scout yet, but I was
Yeah.
able to watch the game last week, East Perth versus Warwick, so I got a little bit of a sense of like, what they're like. And honestly, like I think if we just continue to build and focus on ourselves and do what we're good at, I think we're really hard to beat as a team, especially like offensively. Like I feel like we have so many attackers, so many threats. So, and East Perth, they were able to beat, Warwick, so
Mm.
they beat Warwick, right? Yeah.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
So, I mean, we beat East Perth, so you do that math. So hopefully, like we can
Yeah.
get that win too, and just continue to build and get better and better.
Mm. What does a game day look like for you? Do you have your I'm thinking of the word, but is there, you have your routine
Yes.
on your game day, and do you have to follow that routine to a T?
It doesn't have to necessarily be to a T, but I do like to um get like a good like lift session, weight room session on game days. So I'll wake up and I'll like do like a lot of mobility. I'll
Yeah.
do some like some more like weighted mobility, like less like
Yeah.
like I'm less like pushing a lot of weight, but I'm making sure that all my muscles are getting activated. My body's primed for what's to come. Doing all my
Mm.
rehab, making sure that the knees are feeling good, ankles, like whatever. And after that, like I'll just cook myself some pre-game pasta. So I'll just
Mm.
like I always have pasta on game days, and that's the routine for me. After that, like I just get to the gym. Usually do whatever we need to do as a team, like during warm-ups, but I always gotta have my pregame prayer, like whether it's like
Mhm.
before the national anthem or like, right after, like I'll just like take a moment and I'll like sit with myself and, just give
Mhm.
thanks and yeah.
Yeah, that's something you always got to do, definitely. Um, are you a music person? Is there something you listen to before the game? Does that get you in the
Yeah,
zone, I guess?
I do like music. I honestly have been enjoying like what we've been playing in pregame, so I'm not really like complaining too much. AJ, she's got her like, her
Yeah.
phones in, so like, she's definitely got like probably a playlist on lock, but like me, like I'll listen to like it depends on like also it depends on the game, it depends on like
Yeah,
how
okay.
if I'm feeling like a little bit more stressed out or like, unsure, then I'll definitely like put on like my gospel and like just like ground
Yeah.
myself with that.
Yeah.
But like usually like if I'm playing music like while I'm lifting and stuff, it's like usually like carefree stuff.
Uh-huh.
Honestly, like just chill things. Like usually like even like when I'm working out, sometimes I just put on like some TV, like just some
Yeah.
background noise, like just some like Karamo. I don't know if you've ever like heard of that show. Like
Mhm.
it's basically just like juicy tea, like gossip, and it's just like,
Yeah.
and I'm just like kind of laughing, like, oh, like she did that, like she did this, and just you just
Yeah.
kind of taking your
Uh,
mind off of it. It's just a normal day, and you
mm.
just feeling good.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, that's good. I always like to find out game day because a lot of people have their, set routines. But yeah, so that's going to be a really good one. So for listeners and viewers, get down to Warwick because that is going to be a game, and it always is every year, every time there is this rivalry game. And as you said, people do set up the rivalry. As you said, you saw it at church, and I guess in the week, if you were out and about, you might hear it and see everything. So, and then we'll go to the Perth Redbacks taking on the Goldfields Giants. Both teams needing wins. This is a really tough one. Annalee's not there. They don't have Patricia Brosman. Um, there are a few outs for them. I'm going to go for the Giants. I think Sierra Moore's going to have a good game. She's been a little bit quiet. Not quiet, but she had a 25 on the weekend. But I think she can have a really big game at Belmont. So I'm going for that one. And then also East Perth Eagles taking on the Prairie Lakes Hawks. You've seen both these teams. It's at Morley Sport and Rec Centre.
Hmm.
This is going to be tough. But I think I'm going to go for East Perth. I think we'll see
Yeah.
Sarah Mortensen explode. I think she'll have a great game this week. Getting back into Australia and Perth and, seeing the league. So yeah, I think East Perth on this one. And you've seen both the teams. So what do
Yes.
you think about this one?
Um, yeah, like it's kind of hard to judge, because
Mm.
like Prairie Lakes, like I didn't get much time. We didn't get much
Yeah.
of the competition there.
Mm.
So, but I guess I'll go with what you go with. Like I'll go with East Perth, like
Mm.
just based off of actually like experiencing like their power. So
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah. I actually forgot. I wanted to ask you, what's it like playing in front of the packed out Wolves fans? Because they are crazy. The fans are
Yeah.
actually like in love with the team and they love the women's and men's
Yeah.
and they're yelling at the referees and they're going crazy. You don't get
Yeah.
that at every stadium, at every gym. You don't get that. So what do you love about playing in front of the fans?
Yeah, honestly, it's definitely like the pack. I'm feeling it, like they have our
Yeah.
back. And like, sometimes I want to like, say something to the rest, but I'm like, all right, they got it. Like you kind
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
you can kind of feel the energy, like you can feel the energy, and like
Mhm.
it's really awesome to like, like get a good big play and kind of look out in the crowd and be like, yeah, like
Yeah.
this is for you guys. So honestly, like
Yeah.
yeah, I'm really fortunate and like happy that I landed here and I get to experience like this type of atmosphere on a weekly basis. So
Mm.
it's awesome. It's sick.
Yeah, it's electric. You got Neil Barnard on the mic as well, and he goes crazy. So yeah, it's a really good environment, and a great game night. As I always say, it's the best game night I think out of the whole league. But yeah, great games, and the fans love it. So shout out to the Wolfpack fans. And then last game on the weekend, we've got a Sunday game. Goldfields Giants have a doubleheader. So do the Prairie Lakes Hawks. They meet each other on Sunday, 11 a.m. Bendat Basketball Centre. Tough one, tough one. I just went for the Goldfields. Um, yeah, I just went for the Goldfields. So I'm going to go for them again. You know what? I'm going to show them love. This weekend, I'm going to show the Goldfields love. So I'm going for the Giants in this one against the Hawks. So yeah, you've only seen the Hawks. But yeah, this is going to be a really good one. I'll hopefully try and get down to it. But Kim, that's all the games we've got for round 5 coming up. And like I say to everyone, download the NBL1 app and you can check out all the games, news, videos, standings, anything you want. It's all on there. And this year it's been updated, so it's a lot better app, which they definitely need to do. But yeah, before we go into the men's, Kim, this team you've got, like we said, there is so much potential in this team. I guess the goal is championship, but yeah, is there any personal goals you have for this year?
Yeah, definitely like just want to develop more as a player.
Mm.
Like I said, like I'm being put in a position where I can play it a little bit freer, a little bit more. I can space out a little bit more. I'm
Yeah.
typically not playing like when I'm overseas. I'm typically not playing like the 3 or 4. So yeah, it's been really cool like being here and like experiencing that and like playing within that. So like just
Mm.
developing more and like adding more tools to my bag. And
Mm.
yeah, for sure, like winning a championship. I was told that when I came, I was told that like we would probably be like one of the better teams in the league. So
Mhm.
that's what I'm expecting. And yeah, it's just gonna take some work to get there, but that's what I want. That's what I'm expecting.
Mm. Well, yeah, Kim, I really appreciate your time. It's great to have you on the show. And yeah, you look like you're enjoying Perth and you're enjoying the league, which we love to see. So and love seeing you out on the court. It's been great seeing a few of your games and what you bring to the Wolves. I think you look like you fit in this team. So yeah, congratulations on what you've done so far, and hopefully a lot more to come for the season with the Wolves. And yeah, thank you so much for your time. It's great to have you.
Thank you, Jake.
No worries. And for the listeners, do not go anywhere because we're going to come back and talk men's for the NBL1 West straight after this. And let's talk men's division for the NBL1 West this year, 2026. And yeah, this man, We've been wanting this guy back for a couple of years because you last seen him with the Lakeside Lightning, had some huge highlight dunks and highlight plays, and yeah, that Lakeside team was a strong team as well. So we're really happy to have him back. As you can see, it's Marshawn Blackmon, and Marshawn, man, I really appreciate your time. It's great to have you on the show.
No, thank you for having me on too, man. It's glad to be back out west.
Yeah,
So I appreciate you.
yeah. And we've been speaking, like during the week and stuff, and I saw you round one, and since then I've been trying to get you on the show. We just haven't been able to, get our times together and right. But yeah, thank you for taking the time, and yeah, really happy to have you on this week.
No, I appreciate you, bro. Thank you.
And yeah, like a lot of people that might have not known you, maybe some new NBL1 West fans who are watching might not know you. And you're from St. Louis, Missouri, and you've played basketball around the world, a few places which you can talk about. But yeah, you were here a couple of years ago with Lakeside, and yeah, what was that kind of like when you got this offer from Warwick? And yeah, how set on were you coming back? Was it something you wanted to come back and do and play in the NBL1 West in Australia? Because yeah, I even spoke to you maybe when you weren't in Australia, you were pretty keen on coming back. So yeah, how excited are you to be back in Perth?
Yeah, I was excited, man. Like my last opportunity, like I said, I played for Lakeside in 2024. After our season was over, like 10 days later, I got a contract offer to go play in Mexico. So I didn't get really too much downtime. So I went to play in Mexico. After that season was over, I was talking to my agent. He was like, "Do you want to go to Europe? Like, what do you want to do next?" I was like, "Bro, I want to go back to Australia, and specifically the West, just because like I was familiar with the league. I was talking to a few teams, and it just didn't work out. I had a couple offers, but we just didn't align up right. So I missed out last year. This past summer, I went back to Mexico, and then I played in Hong Kong from December until March, and it just aligned up, And I told myself, like, I was talking to my agent. He was like, "So what you want to do?" He's like, "Do you want to go to Europe?" I was thinking like, yeah, Europe season usually ends around like April, May. So I was like, it's cool if I go there for a couple months, but like, I was like, if NBL1 West is open right now, let's do it. So I was talking to some teams in Melbourne, Sydney, and in New Zealand, and my agent, he'd probably be mad about me speaking about this, but I was just like, I want to go to the West. And he wasn't like adamant on it. He was talking to like other teams, and I was like, bro, I'm about to sign to the West. Like, I'm going back. And like Coach Cooper, he contacted me, and it was seamless. Like, we were in contact for about probably like a week or two, and he was just telling me his plans for the season and his plans for myself. And I was like, yeah, man, let's do it. Let's get this over with. Let's get it out the way. Because I was in season at the time. And you know how it is, like, overseas and being a pro, like, sometimes stuff can weigh on you. And at the time, we were, like, creeping into playoffs. So I kind of just wanted to get it over with. I was like, let me sign and get it over with so I can focus on my season. And then afterwards, go to NBL1 and focus on that. So it was seamless. It was very seamless, and I'm glad to be back. And, yeah.
Yeah, well, I was very excited when you signed, and another guy we spoke off air about was Mike Adewumi as well, someone who's so exciting, and you spoke to me and said that you still speak to him, and maybe there was something you could have tried to get him here as well,
Yeah.
but a legend, he's a great guy, and yeah, but look, there's been some returning as well. We always get some returning stars and players, but yeah, super excited to have you back. And yeah, you're at Warwick, and I think you're looking really great this year. I think you were looking great anyway a couple of years ago, but I feel like you've leveled up in your game. You had some time away from our league, so to build and grow, I guess. And yeah, why Warwick? I guess I know you said you had a few offers, and what did you like about the offer you got from Coach Cooper and Warwick?
I just think that his plan for me and just the playing style. Because ironically, my last game with Lakeside, we played against Warwick. And
Yeah.
I just remember Michael Harris at the time, who's with Rockingham right now. He was out. He didn't play that game. He didn't play that game. And I think at the time he was like at least top 3 or top 5 leading the league in scoring. So, like, he was a big piece of what they were doing. And he didn't play. So in that game, we were losing in like the first quarter. And I'm thinking, like, how are they beating us and Michael Harris isn't playing? Obviously, they had Todd and
Yeah.
George, and a lot of other good players from Warwick, but it's just like their main scorer isn't playing and they're still winning. And I was talking to Coach Cooper, and it's just the system. He has a good system in place. So obviously last year was Elijah Pepper. Like obviously he's a great player, but I think the system that Coach Cooper had is a good system for wings and guys who can put the ball on the floor and who can score. So once I was talking to him and he was telling me his plans and how he wanted to use me in the offense and how he wanted to implement me into the team, I was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's get it going.
hmm Well, I guess, look, like this year hasn't gone, the best to start the season. I guess you'd want it to go a different way. You guys are 1-4,
Yeah.
but like there's so much upside to this team. You guys have lost, yeah, George Pearl going down with a wrist injury. I've heard that's long term. Hopefully, you guys can get him back. I'm hearing all the rumors about Ben Henshaw, which you don't need to speak about, but just from my end, and definitely not from you, as you haven't given me any idea, as you said off air. I can't speak about it, but
Yeah.
which I appreciate. I love some insight, but yeah, like I've heard that college is on the table for him, and that he not sure what he wants to do, so we'll see. But love you would love to have him play, and then you guys getting Will Shedder as well, who is an NCAA champion with Michigan, and yeah, you said you've been speaking to him, and how excited are you to get someone like him? As we said, coming off a national championship, and yeah, how excited are you? And I guess you've been connecting with him, so how's kind of your relationship built over the past couple months?
Yeah, we've just been talking over the phone and just speaking to each other, and he's super excited. Like kind of like me when I was in my season, I just wanted to focus on my season first and get it over with. So he's kind of the same. Obviously, he just won a national championship, so he's like on a high horse, and he's excited to get back playing. So he's actually he's he's in the air right now on the way to Perth right now. So it'd be good to have him back. It kind of sucks. We had the season. No Ben Henschel, no Will. George Pearl got hurt in the first quarter of our game against the Suns, and it's like those three guys. Oh, and Keegan Phillips, he isn't playing right
Yeah,
now.
that's it.
He should be back this week. Cody Ellis, he just got back this past week, but it's like I think once we get these guys back, we'll start winning some games. But it's just been a tough start to the season. But I know once we get those guys back, everything's going to start to flow and gel the way that it's supposed to. But it's like we got some tough games, and we just had a tough break. But I think once those guys get back, we'll be fine.
Yeah. And what a season so far, Marshawn. Like, your first two rounds, it was a 40-point game in your first game, 30 in the next, and you're averaging 30 points, 3 assists, 10 rebounds as well. And I feel like you look really good on the court. Is that true? Or do you feel good on the court? And yeah, how's the body at the moment?
Yeah, I feel good. Obviously, like I said, I just came from playing in a season in Hong Kong. Not to toot my horn, but we won a championship. So,
Yeah.
like, I wouldn't say I'm on a high horse, but it's just like, I just feel good. I'm in good shape. But yeah, I think I'm just playing good basketball right now. Obviously, I played in this league in 2024, so I'm familiar with the teams, I'm familiar with the players, I'm familiar with the leagues, how the referees officiate everything. So I was just looking forward to coming back because my year with Lakeside, it was a good year, but I just had like a burning desire, like, man, I could do better. Like, so now I'm in a position of now I know I can play better and do better. So I think I'm just in a good groove. Obviously, I've gotten better. It's been 2 years since I've been in the league, so I think it's just a cumulative of those things of me just being better as a player, me being familiar with the league, and obviously having a good team and a good supporting system around me. And obviously, Coach Cooper helped me a lot too.
Well, as well, I definitely feel like you can be in I know it's very early, and I guess your focus on the season, not about the end of the season, but you guys can get to the finals. You guys can, I feel like as well with you, you're definitely a player I'm definitely looking at that could be, NBL1 first team, especially how you're playing.
Yeah.
I guess that's not, like I said, I don't really think that's what you're thinking. And I know you personally, you're definitely not thinking that right now, but that would be nice for you guys to get to the finals, maybe get to the grand final, or even you as well getting in the NBL1 West All-Star 5. Would that be something you'd be striving for, I guess?
I think first and foremost, like I want to make the finals. I think once you
Yep.
make top 8, then those accolades of like being MVP or being first team, all league, second team all league, or all defense. I think those things come with winning games and
Yeah.
being in the top 8 of final and playoffs. So I think just for me right now, it's a tall task. We're 1-3, so I'm just focusing on trying to win and give our team the best chance to win. And I think, like, I don't play for stats.
Yeah.
Whatever, you play the game, and whatever you have after the game is what it is. So I think most importantly, I'm just trying to focus on the group that we have right now and trying to focus on wins and just trying to lead this group.
Mm. Yeah, well, like I said, we've spoken about Will coming in, and that's going to be a huge in. But like for some of the other teams this season, and I know you faced them before, and it's going to be hard to say this, especially on air. But Eastern Suns have had a great start to the season, 4-0.
Yeah.
They added some good pieces this year. Joe Cook Green coming back to the Suns, and yeah, they're looking really good. What do you think makes the Suns, really good this year? They've, we always see the Suns, in that bottom 8, just kind of trying to fight for that 8th position. But they're looking really good this year.
Mm-hmm. I think they have a good nucleus of like older guys and some younger guys that contribute. Obviously, Joe Cook Green, he's a great player. I remember him from when I was at Lakeside.
Yeah.
I think the first game we played them, I think he got hurt late in the game. But the second time we played him, he had like 40 points. So, like,
Yeah.
I think everybody in the league know what Joe Cook can do, and he's a great player. I just found out about the Marley Sam kid. He's electric. He's super fast, and he's fiery, and I think that's a good energy for their team. And I think their team is like doing a good job of helping him like succeed and helping him like just lead him around the way, because obviously he's young and he's probably looked up to some of these guys that he's playing with. So he's a fresh new energy for him. The import Smith that they had, I heard he was in the league last year, and he's a good player too. And they have 2 bigs that are vets, and they're very experienced, and they have some guys off the bench that come in and contribute. I think everybody just know their role on their team, and they're just gelling right now. So I think they're a good team. And hopefully they can continue it.
Mm. Is there a team that I guess you haven't faced everyone, but I guess from when you last played, there'd definitely be still some imports or players that you know. Is there a team that you're looking kind of excited to play against, or is there anyone you're really ready to go ahead? With you, I've spoken to you. I feel like you're a guy that goes, I don't care, I'm going to go out and play against anyone. But is there anyone that I didn't know if there's anyone that you're kind of excited to play against?
Honestly, I don't like to compare like seasons. My season went how it went. Just with Lakeside, I feel like the teams that we lost to, I'm looking forward to compete against. And no shade to Lakeside, I love them, but we lost a lot of games. So it's a lot of teams that I'm looking forward to. So I want to play everybody, but in specific, speaking of Lakeside, I want to play Lakeside. I want to play them. I think it'd be fun. Seeing my old teammates and competing against them, I think it'd be a great game. And we're at Lakeside, and it's the only time that we play them. So I think that'd be fun. But as far as players, I don't want to seem like I'm calling these guys out, but like I'm looking forward to Devondrick. He's a super talented guy. I live in Dallas now, and he's from Texas. And I know so many people that know Devondrick, and they speak highly of him. And when I was in the league in 2024, I didn't get to play against him both times that we played. But obviously, I watch games, and he's a super talented player. And before I got here, he was a 2-time champ. So I think for me, I just want to compete against him. Like, I wouldn't say I look up to him, but like he's a guy that I'm like, man, he's super good, and I would love to compete against.
Well, that's a great one. I was actually had Devondrick in my head. A lot of guys want to come and compete with Devondrick because he's been out for a couple of years with injuries and I guess maybe contracts. But he's back, and as well, Jero going 3-0 as well to start their season. There's a couple of teams that are undefeated so far. Also, the Wilton Tigers. I was there at the game last night. Tayshaun Cherry with a huge 3 to win that game. The Joondalup Wolves lost their first game against East Perth this just to start their season. Rockingham are looking great, 3-1. So there's a lot of good teams, and even you've got Perry Lakes. They've added 2 new imports this week
Yeah, yeah,
in their team. With their team, even though they are 1-3, also like you guys, they still have a really competitive team. So adding a
right.
couple new guys, and then you guys in 12th at the moment, 1-3, which I don't see you guys sitting in 12th for a very long
Yeah,
time, and I
yeah.
know that's kind of pissing you off a bit to see your team sitting in 12th at the moment.
hmm Yeah, I mean, it's early. Like I said, it's early in the season. I think just like us, a lot of other teams, they're implementing new guys into it. They're getting imports, they're getting healthy, they're getting players back. So it's early in the season. You know how the
Mm.
league goes; it's up and down. I think this
Yeah,
this year in the league, I think the talent gap is kind of even.
yeah.
It's a very level playing field now. I think back when I was in the league, it was some teams that you would look at the schedule like, okay, yeah, they probably won't be good this year. But I think this year it's no cakewalks. The league is
Mhm.
very competitive this year. It's a lot of good imports, and it's a good thing to see a lot of the NBL guys that are coming to play too. So yeah, I think the league is in good shape. It's in good form. Hopefully, we can get back on the winning column and get in the top 8.
Mm. Well, we'll talk about the games for round 4 that we had this weekend, and on Friday night, we'll start with your guys. You guys head to Belmont Oasis and Legiston to take on the Perth Redbacks,
Mm-hmm.
and sadly going down 93-76. I guess a big win for the Redbacks. A very good test to go up against you guys.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys are a well-coached team, we know we spoke about Coach Cooper, and I speak about him on commentary. So in this one, it was Luke Phillips, 16 points, 10 rebounds. Sean Conway, their import, 15 and 8. Nick Floyd, 14 and 16 as well, so a big game for him. And then Malachi Cunningham off the bench with 13 points. And Marshall Nelson as well, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. I've seen he's been in Bali last week, so
Yeah.
that was interesting. I don't know if he had to start there, but still having the 25 minutes, 12 points for him. And then for you guys, yourself, Marshawn, still doing what you can do, I guess, at the moment. 25 points, 10 rebounds. Billy McRae, 11 points, 5 rebounds. And Brody England with 9 points as well. I want to quickly speak on Billy McRae, this young kid who's been representing WA. He's represented Australia already, and he had a huge game. When you scored 40, he had 31. That was
Mm-hmm.
against the Sun. I think it was against the Suns.
It's the Suns, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What can you say about Billy? Like this kid could be up there to be an NBL guy. You never know. There might be NBA in college in his future. But what can you say about Billy and his game so far?
Like I've only been here for like a month,
Mm.
so
Yeah.
Billy, out of everybody on the team, I've worked out with him the most. Um, and whenever we work out, he just asks me questions. He's a hard worker. He's very curious, like I
Mm.
mean, we've talked about it. He wants to play at the highest level. He wants to go to America. He wants to play D1 basketball. And I always just tell him, like, bro, like, shoot for the stars. Like, if you can play in the NBA, play in the NBA. Like, if you can play
Mm-hmm.
NBL, play NBL. Like, you're already at the
Mm-hmm.
level that you're at now. It's for a reason, and you just got to keep going. But I always just try to push him to be confident, and stay aggressive, and like, don't take a back seat. Like even like I'm on this team, and there's other guys that are older than him on this team. But it's like, bro, you're here for a reason. I know you're the youngest
Mm-hmm.
guy, but like you belong. So just continue to strive and work hard. But he's a hard worker. He's a good kid too. Like I said, he always asks a lot of questions, and obviously he's curious because I'm a professional, and I get to work out with him. So he always asks me just certain things, and I just try to help him out as much as I can. But yeah, he's a gym rat, and he has a bright future. I'm excited to be with him, and I wouldn't say like mentor him, but just like I'm just open ears. Whatever he needs or whatever resources he needs, whatever questions or any way that I can help him, I would try to help him because when I was 18, I wish I had somebody to um, give me little gems or just show me the ropes of which way to go or just lead me in the right direction. So he's a good kid. He works hard, and I'm happy he's on my team.
Mm.
Well, our team.
Well, yeah, I see.
Yeah.
And what's some positives you can take out of this one? Because the Redbacks, they really need to get some wins. They're a team that's young as well. They've got some, newer kind of imports. Isaac Eder, I know him personally, and this is his first contract really in Australia in the NBL1 West. He's trying to make a name for himself. Even Malachi Cunningham as well. He's trying to make a name for himself. These guys are like, I don't want to say underdogs because they're not, but they're these young guys, and they got Marty Nelson leading them. So yeah, what's some positives? I guess if you have any, as I didn't see the game, but what can you take out of this one against the Redbacks?
Obviously, we lost the game, which sucks, but it's always positive you can look at. We were in a game, and like every game that we played, we've been in a game.
Yeah.
Like we're there, but it's just a quarter or like a sequence where we kind of like let the game slip up. So we're learning right now, and we have a lot of guys that are in places that if we had our other guys in that they usually normally wouldn't be in. But it's good. Like it's a learning experience for them, and it's an opportunity for them, So I think week in and week out, we just continue to learn and grow with each other. And like I'm not perfect either. I'm still learning. Like I've only been here for a month. I've only had a week before the season started to get implemented into the system. So I'm still learning myself. So I think all in all, we're just learning to play with each other, and we're still learning to how to gel and learning the system. But I think it's growing pains that we're going to have. But I think once the guys that we have coming in, once they get back and we all get together as a team, then it's gonna flow good. But I think right now we have some guys that are in roles that they're not accustomed to, but it's good because they can learn from it and grow from it. So I think, like I said, once those guys get back and these guys start to get more confident and more minutes under their belt, then we'll be a great team.
Yeah, well, as I said, you guys aren't going to be 12th for long. So
Yeah.
the league better watch out. The league has to
Yeah.
watch out for you guys, definitely. And then we'll go to Joondalup Wolves and the East Perth Eagles. And this was at Arena Joondalup. I was actually commentating this one. It was on KO Sports. And yeah, the Eagles, they took care of business. Took 94-86 win against the Wolves. And I don't know how teams are going to be able to stop the duo of Lat Mayen and David Aquera. You faced them as well. I was commentating that game. What makes, I guess, they're NBL level guys. How hard is it to stop, David Aquera, and then now you've got, another guy in Lat Mayen in this squad, and they've got Jonah Antonio, who's an NBL player, Max Rice, their import, Lee Roberts, who is, a legend of the league, and you would have played against him last time.
Mm-hmm.
Then also, for people that didn't see the game, they've actually signed a new import as well. Steve Weingarten, he's a former G League player. He's played for Canton Charge, and he's also played in China. And I'm forgetting where else, but he also played a little bit of American football as well. He actually, for a couple of years, stopped playing basketball. So I think he's about 38. He's an older guy, but he's a forward. He's coming in to help. And Eastbourne got a lot of bigs, so that's an interesting sign. He didn't play much on Friday, as he literally landed, I think, on Thursday night or Friday morning, so might not see much of him. And then you've also got Giannis Demakopoulos as well, and even Bing Huang as well. This guy from China. They've really got a stacked team, and how hard is it to play against this Eagles team? As I said, with Aquera and also Mayen.
Yeah, I think obviously their two main guys is Aquero and Mayen, but like you said, the names that you were mentioning, like anybody can lead them in scoring on any given night. But I think as a team, they know their roles and they know who the guys are. But it's just a credit to them. Like they have a good team. They play defensively well. Aquera, he probably could be the defensive player of the year in the league.
Yeah.
But I think they're just hard to stop because everybody knows their role. And those guys, they can switch 1 through 5. So it's like it's hard to score against them, and it's hard to kind of game plan against them because not a lot of guys have the size to match up with them, So they're a good team. I wish we didn't play it the same night that they did because I wanted to watch them play because I knew that would be a good game. And we have Joondalup this week, so kind of wanted to learn a few things. But I'll probably go back and watch that game soon, maybe today or tomorrow or something, whenever I have some downtime. But yeah, East Perth, they have a good group and they're rolling because they started off 0-1 and now they rolled off 3 straight. So they have a good experienced group, and I think they're going to be good this year.
Yeah, I'm going to be surprised, about who can beat them, because I think they're definitely going to be up there I'm sorry, this season.
Yeah.
And then Joondalup, they were really upset with this one. They were undefeated, looking for a great start to the season, which they definitely have. But yeah, East Perth took advantage in this one. Sharif Black still with 30 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, and also 4 steals. CJ Turner's 15 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. And Caleb Davis is adding 14 and 7. And then Taylor Young against his old side, 10 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. And Tay really, I guess, would have won this one, being a former Eagle. But this Wolves side's great as well, and you would know CJ from playing against him. Sharif Black, I actually did the press conference for the Wolves after the game, and he was really annoyed that he airballed a couple threes. He wasn't at his best. But for him not to be his best, and he had 30 points. That's a huge game. So I'd like to. We've seen him, put up 30, I think, a couple times this season. So I don't know if you know much about Sharif, but he's definitely a guy for the league to watch out for.
Yeah, I've heard about Sharif. Obviously, everybody knows CJ. He's almost an MVP candidate ever since he came into the league. Taylor Young, he's obviously a good guard too. He's been in the league for a while. They have some bigs. I can't think of it. Caleb Davis, he's been in the league for a while, which is a great player. Like, both teams are good teams. Joondalup, they have I wouldn't say they're the same as East Perth, but like they have a collective group as a good team too. They have some guys off their bench that could be starters on any other team in the league. Same for East Perth. So I think, like I said, I haven't watched the game yet, but we play Joondalup this week, so I'm gonna have to watch the game. And they have some good guys, and I know they probably competed very well.
Yeah, and that's going to be a great matchup for you guys. Battle for Joondalup, as they call it. And you would have, I guess, seen it maybe in the past, but you'll be part of it, which we can talk about when we go to games for round 5. But we'll move to your old squad, the Lakeside Lightning, winning on the buzzer against the Coburn Cougars, with another buzzer beater. They've had, I think, this is maybe the second this season. Corey Sherville, 17 points, 3 rebounds. Isaiah Lewis, 13 points and a rebound. Fairclough as well with 10 points, 6 rebounds. Josh Davey, with 8 points, 5 rebounds. And then, Liam Patterson with 11 points, 3 rebounds. Now, I know they had their import in, which I can't see here because I wasn't at the game. I actually can't see him there. But anyway, Coburn going down in this one, a tough one for them. I think as well they have a really good side also. But you would have played with Josh Davey. I think Josh was on the
I
roster.
played with Josh. Yeah, I played with Josh.
Yeah, Josh was there. This is I guess a really big win at home at Lakeside. And I haven't had a chance to see Lakeside. I've seen Coburn. Josh Hunt on their side, 24 points, 3 rebounds. Bradshaw, their import, 19 and 10. I feel like with Lakeside, they don't really have a superstar, a star import. I know Isaiah Lewis can put up big numbers. Corey Sherville, I guess, is their main guy. But I feel like collectively they're getting these wins. They're doing it fully as a team.
Yeah. I think Lakeside, it's crazy because I played against Corey Sherville in college. I played against him in college, so I know he can play. I know he can put the ball in the hoop. Obviously, JD, he's super talented. He's one of the best rebounders in the league. Like you said, the Isaiah kid, he can score. But I think as a collective group, they're just good. Like they're grooving right now. The import that they have, I want to say he got injured because I watched a little bit of their game against Goldfields, and I seen a play and it didn't look good. So, but hopefully he'll be back. But I think he's injured right now, so he didn't play in that game. But Lakeside is like even Liam Patterson, like he was.
Yeah, Liam.
When I was there, he was in college and he came back and he wasn't able to roster with us because I guess it was like rules and regulations and everything. So he wasn't able to play, but now he's producing for them. They have a lot of new guys from when I played there. But I'm happy for him. Like I'm still a Lakeside fan. I love Lakeside still. So I'm happy that they got the win. And the Coburn, I'm not sure if people know around the league, but that's kind of like our rival. Well, their rival. I'm saying our, like I play for Lakeside still, but they were like the rival. of Lakeside, so it was good that Lakeside got the win. And obviously Coburn, I seen Rowan McKenzie became back. That's a crazy story because he grew up playing for Lakeside and having to go against them, but they won at the buzzer. And Coburn, like you said, their big man had 19 and 10. I heard he's been a good import this year. And Coburn, they have some good pieces too. Obviously Johnny Narco not playing right now. Like he's one of the best players in the league too. So I think once he gets back and they get to gel and flow with each other, they're going to be a scary team too. But same with Lakeside, like I said, their import is injured. They've been winning a few games. They had a back-to-back against Perry Lakes that didn't go their way, but it kind of happens when you have back-to-backs and you have a tough game and winning at the buzzer. So I think both teams are very good.
Yeah. Well, as we said, maybe one of the hottest teams in the league still being undefeated, the Suns getting the win against the Slammers, 91-76. And in this one, their import Simpson, 20 points, 3 rebounds. Joker Green, the 11 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Jesse Pollock, as well as we said last week, I think it was 29. The guy who kind of has come out of nowhere, I guess. He was played for the East Perth Eagles for since 2021 in their kind of roster and played D-League, and this year he's moved to the Suns and having 14 in this one, putting up double digits again, which is great for his confidence.
Wow.
Price 11 and 9 in this one, and Colin Howes as well, 11 points off the bench. Yeah, we spoke about their team. That's a team definitely to watch out for, and being undefeated, I would say it's one of their best starts they've had in maybe over 10 years. Someone might be able to look in. I don't know the full history. I don't have it in front of me, but yeah, from maybe 10 years or even longer, that's definitely maybe one of their best starts in club history. But as well then for the Slammers, Martinez 15 and 8 for him. House also with the 13 points, and then Gerberwet as well. Their import 5 and 8. Pharrell Keats as well, 5 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. So a very good win for the Suns on Friday night, and then we'll go to as we said before, the Willerton Tigers getting a 1-point win against the Mandurah Magic, and also a team that I'm surprised they're 0-4. 0-4, 0-3. The Mandurah Magic. We know for the past few years since they won their championship, and even before, they're a really competitive team. They are missing a couple guys. Michael Dupree, who was here when you were playing, he was playing with the Willerton Tigers. He's coming in for Mandurah. And then also Matt Kenyon, who plays for the Adelaide 36ers in the NBL. He's coming in. I just don't have any insight to when they'll both be here. Well, I know that actually Mike Dupree is playing. He's playing in Brazil, and he's actually in the finals. I think they're kind of waiting for him to get here. So hopefully not too long. But yeah, Lockie Bertram, like what can we say about Lockie? 29 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and 6 steals. And he was making some crazy shots like he does usual. He's so hard to defend against. Jock Perry as well, 26 points, 15 rebounds, 6 assists. Ryan Blanchard as well, 12.7 rebounds. Like when they get those guys in, like this is going to be a hard team to play against as well. So that's an unlucky loss for Mandurah. But they just had it. The Tigers were pretty much in control of the whole game. And I think it was like the fourth quarter. Well, the fourth quarter was pretty close. It was actually the first quarter, my bad, 31-18 that they kind of took the lead. It was mostly Tigers leading in this one by about 13, 12, 10 points. And they had a bit of a buffer. Had to come down to Tayshaun Cherry to hit a massive 3 to win the game and pumped him up. 26 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. So he was 47% from the field. I spoke to him afterwards, and he wanted to play a better game. He knew he could play better, but he was happy at least with the win. He had 26 points, 8 rebounds. Bryce Johnson as well, 28 points, 5 rebounds. And a double-double for Tom Jerovich, 10 and 10 for him. And I also spoke to him after the game. I'm going to pop the clip in of that right now for you guys.
Tom, what a win. Tayshaun Cherry, the big buzzer beater, and a big win for your Willow boys, especially at home again. And how did you feel in that win?
Really good win. I mean, we got some things to work on, obviously, very scrappy game. lot of turnovers, but, you know, it was good that we could, you know, fight it out. You know, Lockie came up big, Tay came up big with a shot. A lot of good boards, just need to clean up a couple of things, yeah.
Yeah, and I guess you would have shared the role of taking on Jock Perry. He's an exceptional player, so hard to defend. What did you like about that challenge of taking on someone like Jock?
Yeah, I mean, he's a huge guy, obviously, and he's got like an amazing shot on him. I was very surprised. I knew he could shoot, but I didn't think he could shoot like that well. But yeah, I mean, obviously, I had a bit of struggle. I struggled finishing around him a bit, but it's always good to, you know, have that challenge in life. You know, just expand your game a bit. I just like having that challenge. But yeah, it was good to guard him as well. Obviously, he's a tough man to guard. But yeah.
Definitely, and another win in front of the home crowd. I think that's two of your home games, 2 wins. How much does this crowd help you in, you know, tough games like that one?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you heard even like having people in the stadium gets people like Tay like really riled up and really ready to go. Like you saw him screaming at the crowd and yelling and how good he is when the crowd gets involved. But yeah, just having the fans here is awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Tom, what a great win. Enjoy it, and yeah, it's going to be a great game for you and your guys.
Yeah. Thank you. Cheers.
They were super happy for that win, and also Lachlan Burnett as well. He's career high, I guess, in this one. He's normally averaging 5 points a game, but yeah, he had 18 in this one. Hit some big shots for Willow when they needed them. 5 rebounds, 5 assists. So both teams are really tough teams as well. But like I said, you won't see Mandurah 0-3, 0-4 for a long time, winless. And the same as you guys, you know, where you guys are in the position, you won't see you guys there, like I said. So, and then we'll move to the Geraldton Buccaneers and the Southwest Slammers. And what a good game for the Slammers, just going down by 4 to the Geraldton Buccaneers, and it was only 13-15 in the first quarter, so they did a pretty good job of staying with them. And for the scorers for the Slammers, it was Dante Matakatea, 22 points, 5 rebounds for him, and then it was Gerberwid as well with 13 points, 2 rebounds. Martinez as well, 12 and 10. And House as well, 9 and 10. And then Reece Barrett off the bench, 16 and 4. And then for the Buccaneers, I guess, you know, we've been waiting for these guys. They missed, I think, round 1 was against you guys. They actually cancelled the game. You must have been upset that you couldn't have played that game in Geraldton. I guess it's a tough journey anyway. But like we said, you were really excited to play against Devondrick. And how upset were you when you heard that you guys couldn't play that one?
Yeah, it was a bummer. It was it had the pros and cons. Like the cons is obviously we didn't get to play. The pros is like we didn't have to drive up to Geraldton after playing Perry Lakes. But I was looking forward to it. They rescheduled us, I think, at the end of May or July. I can't remember. But we played them one of those times on the back-to-back. So it's good to see them play and obviously get their feet wet a little bit. Obviously, they're a great team. They're the defending champs. Rightfully so. Even though they're missing a lot of guys, their coach is a good coach. Obviously, Devondrick Walker, he's one of the best players in the league, and they have a lot of leadership over there. So I know they're happy to get playing and everything. But I was looking forward to playing them the first opening round.
Yeah. And then Devondrick, as you mentioned, 28 points, 7 rebounds, 3 steals for him. Liam Hunt as well, 26 and 13, 5 assists, 2 steals, massive double-double, and didn't sit down. He played the full 40 minutes. Verl Williams as well, 15 points, 5 rebounds. A big win for the Gerald Buccaneers to stay undefeated. And then also a doubleheader for the Lakeside Lightning. They went down by 18 to the Hawks at Bendat Basketball Center, 95-77. Cam Hoffner, 42 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Massive game for Cam. Grubisher as well with 18 points, 5 rebounds. Max Bucknell with 14 points and 4 rebounds. Still didn't have, their imports, but they've got a lot of their young guys, starting for them in Bucknell, Grubisher, Martin as well. AJ Nabenzi was back in this one. But they've got a really, really young team. So it's good that they're going to get a couple more imports. Hopefully they might be here this week, but we'll see how it goes. And then for Lakeside, Isaiah Lewis was 20 points in this one. Corey Sherville with 14 and 8. And Josh Davey adding 7 points also. And then as well, there was actually we didn't get a game for Coburn and and the Perth Redbacks. There was a problem with their scoreboard, so they actually couldn't play the game. I guess that would be pretty annoying, Marshawn, if you turn up to the stadium and you're ready to play, and something like a technical difficulty is happening. So
Man,
tough.
it's crazy.
Tough. Yeah, that's tough for them. So they will also be rescheduling that game, which hasn't been announced, but they'll be getting that one up and going. And I was lucky because me and my wife were going to head down to Coburn to watch this game, as I haven't seen much of the Redbacks this year. I've seen one game of Coburn, but no, we decided to go to Willetton instead. So I guess a little bit lucky. And then a great weekend for the Flames. This was big. They had to head to Evolution Mining Stadium in Kalgoorlie, 112-67 win for the Flames. And it's super hard to stop these guys with Rocco, with the group they've got. Isaac White, 23 points, 3 rebounds. Michael Harris with 19 points, 5 rebounds. And then Jones as well, 12 and 11. And then Tevin Jackson back as well, I think from injury. He hasn't played. I think this is his first game of the season, if I'm not correct. But 7 points for him. And then their import Mark Burkholder as well, 14 points, 9 rebounds. Ryan Godfrey as well had a pretty good start to his season. I think he dropped 30 against Mandurah to start his season, about 18 points and 2 rebounds for him. You spoke about NBL guys coming into the league, Marshawn, and I speak to everyone every week because it'd be such a great test to play against guys like Isaac, Michael Harris, as you played against Michael, as you mentioned before, Blake Jones, and even Devondrick. I guess he's still at that level, and all these imports that have some just great players, great professionals. But when you see these NBL guys, how excited are you to actually get on the court? And I guess maybe do you kind of like test where you are against these guys?
Yeah, like humbly speaking, like I feel like I'm one of those players too. So I think just for me, it's just another day playing basketball. I compete, and I'm pretty sure those guys compete. So I think once you're at this level in life or just in basketball, it's just another game. But like I said, humbly speaking, I view myself as one of those players too. But it's always good to test yourself. Obviously, those guys are where they're at for a reason. So it's always just good to compete.
And then also the Geraldton Buccaneers getting a win against the Mandurah Magic, on Sunday, 78-68. Jock Perry, 20 points, 14 rebounds. Ryan Blanchard as well, 19.6 rebounds. Lockie Bertram with a near triple-double, 15 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. And for the Geraldton Buccaneers, Devondrick Walker, 23 points, 3 rebounds. Liam Hunt as well, 19 points, 15 rebounds. A big double-double for Liam. Bill Williams, 16 points. Also, Matt Wannenberg starting in this one, 7 points, 10 rebounds. And tough weekend for Magic. They played against 2 great teams, and also Gero. That's super tough, I guess. Imagine playing on a Saturday night, playing on Sunday, and then for Gero they've got to drive 4-5 hours maybe from Mandurah all the way back to Gero. That'd be a tough weekend for him.
Yeah, man, I can only imagine.
So very happy with their win. As we finish with round 4, I actually haven't picked a player of the week, and that's what has got my mind a bit crazy. So do you know what? Just off first glance, he's been putting up big numbers, and he did this week. I'm going to give it to Cam Huffner. 42 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and especially a well-needed win against the Lakeside Lightning. So I'm going to give it to him. I don't know if you might agree, but 42 points. I guess you can do that in any league or anywhere around the world. It's huge. And you've had some great scoring, as I said, to start the season. So Cam Huffner, the base compression player of the week for round 4. And also, I did forget to pop in my interview with Carl Philpo, head coach of the East Perth Eagles. So I'm going to pop that in right now.
Carl, another win for the boys, especially in a game against a tough crowd at Joondalup. I guess we all know how hard it is to get a win at Joondalup. Yeah. And the team, they were undefeated. Coming into this game, kind of what was the scout? They've got a great bunch of guys in CJ Turnage, Sharif Black, even someone Taylor Young as well. Kind of what was the scout coming to this one?
Scout was obviously to disrupt Taylor. He facilitates, so we wanted to make it as hard as possible for him to find guys. We didn't want him driving and shooting, so Jonah got that assignment. We matched up Nick on Sharif because we know how good he is. So I thought he did a great job. Kept him to I think he kept him to 8 shots. I think he had a couple on a couple other guys, but at the end of the day, as a team, we kept him to 40-odd%. So Nick was going to harass Sharif. That was a scout there. CD, we know CD and CJ and what they do, and we had to keep them off the 3-point line or keep CD off the 3-point line and sort of wall up on CJ. That was kind of the plan in a way. I probably missed someone there. Collie obviously rebounds, and so we had to keep him off the glass. So I think the second quarter we did a great job on the glass. I think we got up plus 12 or something like that. So I was really happy with that. And so to give up 20 boards for the game in the end was really disappointing. But we hit a couple of our KPIs, so I'm not totally upset. For the most part, I'm happy we got the win away. So yeah, I got to be happy.
Yeah. And how is it to have Lat in the roster? I know I spoke to you on the show about it, but having Lat, having David, they're just at a different level. And how good is it to have those guys on your roster?
Oh, we're wrapped, mate. We love it. We love them. And the best thing, I know they're great players, but they're great guys as well. So they just fit into a team. Whenever you got big pieces like that that come into a team that's well established and with a solid core, it's always it can be challenging sometimes to integrate them, but because they're such great guys, it was quite easy. And so we're still trying to find our way with some of the combos and some of the sets and things like that. But for the most part, they're great. Yeah.
And with them, they shot 14% from the 3-point line, and that's not a team that will do that every week. Yeah. Caleb Davis missed some threes that he would hit. CJ did as well. Sharif airballed a couple of threes. Yeah. Was that also something? I think you just said that was something you were looking into, but were you happy with that 14% from there?
Yeah, 100%. So they shoot 40-something% of their shots from the 3. And we knew we had to protect the perimeter. That was absolutely part of the game plan, and I thought the guys did a great job of that. They lost them a couple of times at the end, but again, you can't be perfect for a whole game. And 5 from 37.
Yeah,
so I've got to be pretty happy with that. So
yeah. Well, Kyle, thank you so much for your time, and enjoy this one. You guys are. It's kind of hard to flying high, I guess. Yeah. But hope you enjoy that one, and great win here in Joondalup.
Appreciate it, Jake. Thanks, mate.
We'll go through the games next week. Cool. Yeah, so Kyle Philbert was really happy after that win. I guess you could be going into Joondalup. And that's something he'll want to do this weekend, which we'll talk about in a minute. But so first off, for round 5, and I apologize about saying round 13. I don't know what was wrong with my brain. I don't know what I was thinking. I think the season just goes so quick. Everything is just crazy. But first off, at Wilton Basketball Stadium, Wilton getting another home game, and they're taking on the Southwest Slammers. And Wilton, like I said, they're looking great. Tayshawn, one of my favorite guys in the league to watch, an exciting guy. They've got a great roster. But they did have a couple outs on the weekend. Mike Vigor didn't play, so we'll see how he goes. I think he might have a little bit of an injury. But anyway, I think against the Slammers, I think they might be a bit too tough. But that doesn't mean the Slammers can't compete with them. They've actually been, competing with every team this year. So, I'm just going to go for the Tigers in this one. Marshawn, I didn't know if you wanted to give a tip as well.
Yeah, I have to piggyback on that. I think Wilton, as you know, over the past couple of years, they've always been a good club and a good group. They have a good coach also, and a good player, Tayshawn, like you said, and the other import. He's coming off a good game last week also. In there at home, so I'm going Wilton too.
Yeah, a good home game as well. So for people who haven't been to Wilton, really good home game. They do a good job setting up stuff for the kids as well. A couple of weeks ago, they had face painting, and they had like a photo booth there last night as well. So it's actually a really good night. So good job for the Tigers community there. And then also the Rockingham Flames taking on the Mandurah Magic. This is a bit of like a derby game, really. Like these teams love to go at each other and love playing against each other. But no Matt Kenyon. I haven't heard anything, as I said before, about Mike Dupree. So I've got to give it to Rocco. I think, when you've got those 3 NBL guys and, Tevin Jackson, Ryan Godfrey, and then Mark Burkholder, their other import. Yeah, I can't go against Rocco. And it's at home. It's at Mike Barnett Sports Complex. So, what are you thinking?
I would go Rockingham too. They played them I think some weeks ago without the three
They did.
NBL guys and Tevin Jackson. So I mean,
Mm.
I got to go with those with Rockingham also, and Mandara's missing 2 guys too. So I'm going Rocco
Yeah.
also.
Mm. And then your former team, the Lakeside Lightning, taking on the Eastern Suns at Lakeside Rec Centre. I think Lakeside can get it done. As we said, they're getting wins collectively. They've got a really good group. But I can't go against the Suns. But this is actually going to be, I think it's going to be a close game. I'm going for the Suns, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see some Lakeside magic, like of their buzzer beaters, if it's in a close game, because they've done it twice this season. And they love playing at Lakeside in front of the fans. So that's going to be a really, really good contest. So, yeah, I'm going for the Suns, though.
Yeah, I can't root with the Suns. You know, they beat us. So my second favorite team in the league is Lakeside. So I'm going to root for Lakeside. I hope those guys get the win and
Yeah,
get an upset win for them. And even Lakeside, their environment there is always good. So I'm going with Lakeside.
And speak about Lakeside quickly. What did you love about the community? Because it's a very, very tight-knit community, and they're very welcoming. And, I've spoken, just from me being on the show, they always welcome me there. And, yeah, what do you love about your time at Lakeside?
My time at Lakeside was great. It was a very welcoming community. Everybody, it just felt like a family, I've probably known those people for like 4 months, and it's still people in that club that I still talk to and I still have a good relationship with. Obviously, Coach Mike was there. He was a big reason why I came to Lakeside, and I still talk to him to this day. But yeah, Lakeside, it was awesome. Like, we didn't have a good record, but the fans, they still showed up every single game. We sold out a lot of games, but the fans there, the community is just one big family. So I always got love for Lakeside.
And yeah, as you said, Marshawn, you didn't have the best record. You didn't get to the finals, but like you guys were like one of the most exciting teams that I wanted to watch. I would say
Yeah.
I want to watch Lakeside because they're exciting. They had you and Mike, who were high flyers, put up big numbers, and even adding Josh Davey and some other guys. So yeah, it definitely they miss you there, but hopefully you get some supporters when you face them.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah. And then on Saturday we have the Suns as well. They've got a double header, but they've got to take on the Willetton Tigers at Rail and Sports Centre. This is so tough. I really like Willetton. As I said, I've gone and watched it twice at Willetton, which for me, I live around the Joondalup area, so it's a bit of a journey, I guess, a little bit. So yeah, I've got the Tigers, but I think this is going to be a really good test for the Suns.
Yeah, I agree. I would have to go Williston also.
Mhm.
It'll be a good test because obviously Williston, like, they're a veteran group. I forgot the wing name. I forgot his name. Obviously Vigor.
Trandis Smith. Oh, sorry, you're talking about
Williston.
sorry, Wilson. Yeah, Bryce Johnson.
No, he's an Aussie.
Damien Scott.
Scott, yeah, Damian Scott. He's like those guys. I think they'll have him ready to play and compete. And obviously the Suns, they got a veteran group too, but they have some young guys that they probably, I wouldn't say they aren't ready for their environment, but it's probably be new to them. Willetton, they've been a good club for the past couple of years, and they have a veteran group. So I would go Willetton in there at home. But I think it'd be a good game. I don't think it'd be a blowout. I think it'd be a 2-possession game or a 1-possession game. So I think it'd be
Yeah,
a good game.
yeah, that's going to be a really good test for Eastern Suns and also Tigers, who have had some close calls as well this season.
Yeah.
And then we got the battle for Joondalup. This is a huge game around this area. The Warwick Senators at home taking on the Joondalup Wolves. And Marshawn, this is going to be a great game. I guess the Wolves coming off a loss that they think they shouldn't have lost. You guys coming off some losses this year and sitting in 12th position. Yeah, this is going to be a clash. And then I don't know if you've got, your new import there, which hopefully maybe we should see him. But yeah, what's your thoughts on this one? And what have you guys got to do to hopefully get the win against Joondalup in front of your home crowd?
I think we just got to play our brand of basketball. I think Will will be here. He will be here, like I said earlier in the show.
Yeah.
He's in the air on the way to Perth right now. So Will will be here. Obviously, we've been taking some losses, so I think we're just learning from the past of what we did. And it's a rivalry game.
Yeah.
The juices will be flowing, and it'll be a good environment, and it's a battle for Joondalup. So I got us winning that game 100%. It'll be a big challenge for us, but I'm looking forward to the game, and I think it'll be a good one. It'll be a good one.
Yeah, that's good. Everyone loves that matchup, Joondalup and Warwick, and yeah, that's going to be great, especially get in front of your home fans. Another great club that I love going to watch games at as well. And then also we've got the the Perth Redbacks. I was just looking at Prairie Lakes. Perth Redbacks taking on the Goldfields Giants at Belmont Oasis and Leisure Centre. Both teams need wins. Goldfields, they've been struggling a little bit this season, but they've got some good pieces in Sam Vincent doing his thing this year. Michael Jock also, and then they've signed their big 7-footer, which I'd love to see. So I'd love to see. Yeah, I think I'm commentating. I think maybe your game. So I think I am. I'm not sure. I have to double check. Every week I come on the show, I forget where I'm commentating. But yeah, the Goldfields, as I said, they're still a great team, but they've just got to get some things together. Tough journey, I guess, for them, but they're used to it. I think they can get the win against Perth, but they had a great game against you guys.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to go with Giants. I think Giants can get this win.
Giants. That's a tough. It's a toss up.
Yeah.
But I'll give credit to Perth where it's due. They have a good collective group, and if you told me that they were going to beat us and Marshall Nelson scored 12 points, I'd be like, it's no way. Obviously Marshall Nelson, he's one of the most decorated players in the league. He had 12 points against us, and he didn't play bad. Like, he played a good game. Like, he was playing in the flow of the game. I just think other guys on their team was contributing, and so he didn't have to do too much. But I think he's going to have a good game. And like I said, they have a lot of good pieces over there, and I think they're starting to gel and come together as a team. So I go Redbacks. I don't want to say Redbacks, but they got my respect from this past week, so I'll go Redbacks.
Yeah. And then East Perth Eagles taking on the Prairie Lakes Hawks at Morley Sport and Rec Centre. This is going to be a really good one. Prairie Lakes got a few Wildcats guys going at it from their squad. Like I mentioned to you, they've got a couple new imports coming in. So that's going to, I guess, change my view on it. But I'm just going to look at the roster they've got right now and also East Perth. I'm going to go with East Perth. They're looking great. It's at home also at the Nest. So, yeah, I've got East Perth Eagles.
I got East Perth, too. I think coming off a win on the road against Joondalup, it's a big win, and they're rolling. They won 3 in a row. 3 in a row, and they'll be at home. So I got to go East Perth also.
Well, and then also on Saturday, last game of the night will be Geraldton and the Coburn Cougars at Active West Stadium. Geraldton are undefeated still. Coburn have had their challenges this year, but yeah, way better team than what we've seen in the past few years. So, and do you know what would be? I don't know if Johnny Narkle's going to suit up. I don't know. We don't know when we're going to see it.
That's crazy.
Something with contract issues. So I think he has to miss a certain amount of weeks. I don't know if it falls on this game, but imagine if we can get Johnny Narkle. If you get Johnny Narkle taking on the Geraldton in Gero for his first game, that'd be crazy.
That'd be a movie.
Yeah. So, but I'm gonna go for Gero anyway. I'm gonna go for the Buccaneers.
Yeah, I'll go Geraldton too. Obviously, as you know, it's a tough place to play. In Coburn, not having Johnny Narkle, like a guy who probably have his jersey retired at Geraldton, like it's tough. It's tough to go to Geraldton and win without that guy. So I'll go Geraldton also.
Yeah. And then last game of the round, we've got a game on Sunday also. The Prairie Lakes Hawks taking on the Goldfields Giants at Bendat Basketball Centre. So, yeah, tough weekend, I guess, for the regional teams, especially the Goldfields. But I don't know who to pick. This one is as you said, it's going to be a toss-up between these two. I'm going to stick with the Goldfields. Yeah, I'm going to stick with them guys. But I think if they can, put a lock on Cam Hufner, and then I said as well, depending on if their new guys are coming in or not, we'll see. But I'm gonna go with the Giants. I'm gonna show some love to them this weekend.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Goldfields too. I'm not too much familiar with them. I don't know too many of their players. I haven't watched them yet because I don't think we played them for a while. But I'll go Goldfields also. I think coming off the loss that they just had, didn't they lost against Geraldton, correct, or am I wrong? Oh no, they lost against Rockingham.
Yeah, correct.
Against
Yeah.
Rockingham, and that loss. I think that's like a regroup type of thing, and I know their coach would be trying to coach them up this week, and they'll go hard. So I'll say Goldfields. I know they'll try to steal one. I know they'll be happy to go 1-2 on this trip. So I'll say that's the one they'll get.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's all the games for this week. Coming up, round 5. And like I always say, download the NBL1 app and you can check out all the games, all the news, all the fixtures, rosters, standings, whatever you want to have a look at, stats. And Marshawn, it's been great to talk to you. Great guy. I love seeing you around. You're an amazing person, especially off the court. That's what I love to see with the imports that come over and just players in general. Love talking to you all the time, and you give up your time. So, yeah, really, really appreciate you coming on the show this week, man.
No, thank you for having me, bro. Likewise, you're a great person too, man. So I'm glad to be back out west, and it's glad to see you again, man. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. And hopefully, maybe we'll see we can lock you in for a couple of years, because I know the fans and other, I talk to people around the league, and a lot of people have been happy to see you back in the league. So, and that's genuine. Like, people come up to me and mention you and other players that they love to see, especially like Devondrick also. So, yeah, I know a lot of people love to watch you play. But as always, man, it's great to talk to you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
No worries. And that's it for the show this week for Fast Break Radio. Yeah, shout out to my sponsors. Shout out to everyone listening, watching. I appreciate it. And especially, I've had a few people come up to me in the week and say they love the show. So if there's any issues or any problems, anything you'd love to see me do different, or any players you'd love to see me talk to, just let me know. And definitely down for a chat. But we'll see you next round and next week for round 5 and round 6 wrap up. We'll see you then. Thank you.